If you do smoke, though, you can stop off the boat, start inside out, we'll pick you up on the way back. No, you can smoke on Little Paradise Island we're going to. We should be there in 3 days. Look at the boats on the right side. Start with California Dreaming. All the boats on that slip. Do you know who they are? Those are the poor people back there. No, seriously. The rich people, they're up here. The blue hull boat down there, Avante, Redemption. These are known of as the rich people. Their boats are worth $30, $35, $40 million. One of them out here is $48 million, built by Fedship. That is Bahia-Mart, home of the world's largest in-the-water boat show. Last show at the end of October, they had 1,800 boats here, 1,000 of them in the water, 800 of them up on land. That is a lot of boats, a whole bunch of boats. Not only did they have the boats here, but they had all the related accessories that go with them. The interior decorators, the designers, gold-plated fixtures here, and quartz and marble walls there. You gotta stop and think. The building of the boat, the powering of it with engines and generators and all the electronics is only half the cost of the boat. The wife gets to spend the other half. Not that deal. And things do go by a little fast on a jungle. It's that ideal picture, or someone stands up in front of you, or something like that. No problem. We sell a postcard booklet on the jungle queen that'll be passing out later on. Well, actually, it will be passed out later on. So you can take a look at it. We've got 4 selected mansions, a beautiful yacht, one of the cruise ships, a beautiful picture of Fort Lauderdale Beach, and the alligator wrestling. You're going to be seeing the alligator wrestling show in the city of Fort Lauderdale. Oh, okay, sir. From where we are right now, look at the blue boat yacht called Libra 3. We have 2 more boats up ahead of us. On the side of the boat, Jane Moran. How can she spend so much money on a boat like that? $48 million. Simple. Jane Moran is a southeastern importer of Toyota diesels for the southeastern United States. Every single Toyota that comes into town has to go through virtually every single one. Get ready for this. 22,500 square feet of air-conditioned living space. 22,500 square feet. A 10-car garage. Gentlemen, you can keep your collectible Porsches, Lamborghinis, and Ferraris in there. Me, I'd have it full of Mustangs. Or when you've got your garage filled with your 10 cars, you still have room for 2 stretch limousines in there. The roof is not necessarily just a plain old roof, no. That is a private sun deck with a jacuzzi, a wet bar, and an elevator on the south side of the building. That also has a restroom. Complete all the comforts of home. The words "no tan lines" come to mind. The street on the right is Idlewild Drive. That was the first part of Fort Lauderdale, was called Millionaire Road. Everything you're looking at now, from here to downtown and past downtown, is part of Millionaire Road. Every bit of it. The house on the right side with the little boat on a trailer, Chuck West. That was his first house in the city of Fort Lauderdale. Chuck West is the owner of a pet supermarket. There's a lot of money in dog and cat food, but let me tell you, you'll see a second, third house in a little while. You'll find out how much money really is in dog and cat food. It's phenomenal. Look at the house. It's coming directly across the bow of Jungle Queen. Those steps going up to the pool deck. Evidently someone's out there sunning himself. That's Al Pacino's house. Isn't that beautiful? That's Al, right there. That's Al Pacino's house. But only in a movie. Only. I love doing that. That was Al Pacino's house in a movie Any Given Sunday, the Oliver Stone football movie. Okay? It just turns out that he liked that house so much that in between filming, he stayed at the house. House on the right side with the green awnings, Mike Maroney. Started life as a used car salesman. He now owns 40 new car dealerships in the state of Florida and is also vice president of Wayne Huizenga's company, Auto Nation USA. By the way, Al Pacino's house, that dock, steps going up to the pool deck. The pool deck and the gazebo, every bit of it made with imported Italian marble. Look at the house on the right side. I paid for half the roof. I paid for half the roof. Oh wait, let's see, I am the only native on the boat today. I can tell you honestly, I paid for half the roof. That house was built for Presley Anheuser-Busch Budweiser beer. That's how I paid for half the roof. That house was also used in a lot of movies, most notably was Where the Boys Are, filmed in 1961 with Connie Francis, Frank Gorshin, Paul Prentice, and George Hamilton before his son came. Johnny Weissmuller. Does that name ring a bell? Johnny Weissmuller was the original Tarzan. He was an Olympic swimmer and Olympic diver. That pool was 18 feet deep. Now, I'm 62 years here. I remember him living there, but not once did I ever see a chimpanzee or a Jane swinging from any of the trees. Not once. On the left side, from the basketball court all the way out to the corner, belongs to a local businessman. More about that house in on this side of the boat, see the bridge ring? It says RR, help me. What does that stand for? Anyone know what that stands for? I'll tell you what it stands for. Really rich. Really rich. That boat was used in the movie Donnie Brasco with Al Pacino and Johnny Depp. In the movie, it was called The Left Hand. That's because it was Lefty's boat in the movie. Presently, the captain of the Jungle Queen has us off the Intracoastal Waterway. That turns out around to the left, you see the other boats on the forward side. If we kept on going south on the Intracoastal Waterway, in about 3 hours we'd be at Bayside Park in this Miami. If we kept on going south, another 10 hours after that, we'd be in a party town, Margaritaville, Key West, one of the favorite places. We kept on going south, another 10 hours after that, we'd be in Cuba. 10 seconds after that, we'd all be in jail. House on the right side, built for one of the richest ladies in the world at the time. Her name is Gloria Vanderbilt. Now, if you watch CNN at 10 o'clock at night, you see her son. He is the anchor of CNN, Mr. Anderson Cooper. Yep, the drinking room right there. A lot of people take a ride on property because they want to look at houses to buy and property to buy. Well, we got a prime piece of property. $8.2 million. How does that for a steal? I want some return for my $8.2 million. Close to the trailer park right there. Some people agree with me. Life is good. Okay, look on the right side. The house with the high seawall. $5 million house built for $6 million man and his wife, Farrah. Well, you know, Farrah divorced him and went back to California. Poor Lee Majors had the hardest time trying to sell that house after that. It took him 5.5 years to sell that house. No one wanted to buy a house with that faucet in it. Well, I think you're the only one that's awake, sir.